I could see a scenario where these comments make somewhat sense if we weren't talking about the disaster known as Disney Star Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the concerted effort to consistently hire activists, people that hate the fans and hate the source material and hate everything that it stands for. When you take all of that context into equation, these comments right here is basically them just admitting every single thing that we have continued to say about them. Marvel Studios producer considers it a red flag if prospective writers are fans of the original comics, prefers to hire someone who's out of the culture. Now, again, I can understand it if you want to hire someone in that doesn't have any preconceived notions of things. And you're like, okay, well, let me find someone who actually is qualified to make films or write things, and maybe they don't have an emotional attachment to it. But that's not what they're doing. They're actually going out there and hiring people that don't have any skill, don't have any talent, and don't care about this stuff. But what they really care about is being an activist. That's who they're hiring, and that's the big problem. And we are seeing this consistent problem from Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and anything else that Disney is touching right now. So that's why this article has so much connection to what's going on. As it wasn't obvious enough from simply watching any of the studio's post-Infinity War output, producer Nate Moore has revealed that he believes the key to Marvel Studios' success is hiring writers who are out of the comic book culture over anyone who loves the source material. Well, you didn't have to tell us because we can tell. And he was on a podcast, and it says, noting that some Marvel writers grew up reading and collecting comics such as the Avengers Endgame co-director Joe Russo and Black Panther director Ryan Coogler, Moore told Baloney, one thing I think is interesting, and specifically for writers, I would say, is that a lot of times we're pitched writers who love Marvel, and to me, that's always a red flag. You consider it a red flag for a qualified writer who also appreciates the source material. You consider that a red flag. Holy shit, dude. My goodness, these people. Like, so what you're looking for is someone that doesn't know how to write, and someone that doesn't know Marvel, and someone that's not qualified, but they're really upset that Donald Trump's back on Twitter. Well, you're hired. Are you upset about that? You're hired. Do you have pronouns in your bio? You're hired. That's who they're looking for. And that's why we have the shitstorm that we have right now. And it's gotten progressively worse. So, yeah, I mean, this is insane. But this is where we are. Bob Chapek, he doesn't have a job right now because of shit like this. But it's not even his fault. While I don't like Bob Chapek at all, it's not his fault what happened. It's Bob Iger's fault. Bob Chapek was always going to be in this position to take this fall. Bob Iger is the reason that Disney is where it's at. Now, will they continue down that path? I don't see any reason why they won't. I mean, it's Bob Iger. It's his agenda. He's the one that built this woke nonsense up. So I don't see any scenario where things change. I consider them getting back to basics where Bob Iger, who I think is a skillful politician, where he can present that it looks one way, but in reality, it's going to be a complete other way. That's why we've gotten things like Star Wars. Star Wars looked good. It sounded good. The promotion was there. And then you start to see what's really going on. Same with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They built it up doing it the right way. But all along, they had this plan to make it more woke, to put more representation into it, to take all of these historically male franchises and feminize them. That's what they were planning the whole time, and Bob Iger is the architect that was behind all of that. So I don't see that changing anytime soon. But this is just a little more insight into the disaster known as the most recent phase of Marvel. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.